Matt Mercer reveals his advice on creating better, more cohesive D&D characters.
Just come with me. Come on.
Welcome to the Character Sheet, your home for fantasy and TTRPG news. Before we dive into Matt Mercer's advice on creating the best possible characters for your next D&D campaign, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep this channel growing. And then, let's talk character creation. Critical Role had a Q&A panel at C2E2 Chicago before their epic live show, and one of the most interesting questions they answered was aimed at Matt Mercer, when he was asked how he helps his players build their characters and bring them together with cohesive stories and shared backgrounds, which basically turned into the Matt Mercer Guide to better character creation. So if you are curious how Matt Mercer guides character creation on Critical Role, and how the Critical Role cast build their characters and the relationships between them, Matt recommends using one practice above all others: a lengthy session 0 before every single campaign.
Having a pre-campaign session 0 where all the players get to sit around together and either make their characters together or at least present what they've built so far, talk about it out loud, and then start to decide where those connections come from. It's such a fun part of the game.
So when Matt talks about a session 0, which is something he believes in so much he literally worked it into the core mechanics of the Daggerheart TTRPG, he's talking about bringing each player to the table to create their characters together in a collaborative session, where not only the classes, skills, and other mechanical aspects of each character can be shared and hammered out together, so you don't wind up with the oops all druids party, but it also allows players to see what kind of personality or backstory other players are thinking of, and then being able to bounce off that or tie into that with their own character.
Someone saying, I'm thinking this kind of a character, and somebody else going, oh man, what if we used to date, but we haven't talked in 5 years and it ended poorly, and you're like, oh, that's already spicy, and you haven't even started playing, and now you've built this whole dynamic between two characters, and everyone else in the group's like, oh, this is a little awkward. That's fun.
Mercer believes that not only is this some of the most fun you can have in a D&D session, it's the only real way to decide how the player characters all fit together, even if that winds up being as a group of near total strangers thrown together, discovering things about each other in the moment, as it prepares players for that possibility. And those ties and that cohesive narrative are what make casts like Critical Role and campaigns like Critical Role really stand out compared to, a lot of our home campaigns that might feel a little thrown together in comparison. The second huge piece of advice Matt offers is something that Brennan Mulligan also touched on during his D&D tech support video, and that is using that session 0 to create a relationship with the world itself. While figuring out how you know other party members, who used to date who are siblings, who've known each other for a long time, who are strangers, all those things are important. Having a stake in the world you are exploring is just as crucial. Matt talked about how session 0s can help other players come up with ideas of how your backstory is tied into major events, political entities, or cultures in the world your party is exploring, and how the experiences and scars left by those associations can shape your characters in incredibly interesting ways. Or as Brennan puts it,
pick characters who care about the world they are in, and you will find yourself swept away by adventure very quickly indeed. That's my advice to you.
So if you're looking for a way to make sure your next campaign has better, more invested, fully fleshed out characters who share histories and just kind of form a cohesive narrative for everyone involved, two of the best dungeon masters out there agree. The most important weapon in your arsenal is getting everyone around the table for a session 0 before you lock in specifics of your character, and just seeing how everything develops together from there. So what do you think? Are you a big fan of the session 0 concept, or do you like bringing your character already made to a D&D campaign? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.